unless you're working for yourself, like, you have to know how to play the game. This is not in any way speaking on the behalf of NASW. These views and opinions are my own. Hey, welcome and welcome back. I'm Don, and today's video is going to be all about NASW credentialing. NASW stands for the National Association of Social Workers. For those of you who don't know, it's the largest professional social work organization. So it's a pretty important thing to know what they're offering and to know its value and limitations. And so I thought that I'd share this as someone who knows individuals. I actually only know 2 people with NASW credentialing, but I still wanted to make a video about it because I thought, okay, well, if I have questions about it, if I am someone who's wondering whether or not it's significant, then others may have similar questions. Also, I did place a poll on my community tab on YouTube. So if you are not utilizing my community tab there, please be sure to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure your notifications are turned on because it will notify you of when I post on the community tab. Now, the community tab is important because this is where I will be placing future polls, and you can have a say on what videos I put out. It's also important to comment in the comment section, because if there's a video that I have not done, if there's a video that you think I should do, then you can always let me know there, because this is how we're able to communicate. So hopefully you're able to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification button, and then when you see a poll, or if I'm asking a question in the community tab, you can engage in a comment section. You can vote so your voice is heard, and so I can know what videos you're interested in. And so you all voted, and this received the most votes between this and my stories on Instagram. So also follow me at Donzo Post, because I also ask questions there, and sometimes I may ask things over there that I won't necessarily ask here. So that said, I want to jump right into the video. So NASW credentialings, I'm going to embed the description, but basically from my understanding, it was a response to workforce trends and societal needs, and recognizing the importance of us gaining increased recognition for our professional knowledge and expertise. And so NASW created a number of credentials for social workers to apply for, and upon approval, you can have these, I don't want to say it like that, but from my understanding, like, these are credentials you can have behind your name. These are credentials that you can lead with. These are additional titles that you can give yourself. Now, that said, I am going to embed the description here because NASW can do a much better job describing what credentials are versus me. Now that we are done describing credentials, we can maybe ask, okay, well, what can you be credentialed in? So there are multiple credentials. There are specialty credentials, Now that we've kind of reviewed that, you may want to ask, okay, well, what are the qualifications? What are the qualifications for that? And so here is a brief description of a few. What happens after we apply and we receive approval? Now we can lead with those descriptors. We can lead with, typically having those acronyms after our master's or clinical license or after our last name. And you can, I definitely can see the pros, because when you are promoting yourself on social media, whether it's LinkedIn or Instagram or something, you can say, hey, I'm this, I'm that. Now we have to ask ourselves, okay, well, what are the benefits? And so I think the biggest benefit based on the outline is just the increased recognition. That said, is it necessary? Is it necessary? This is an important question to ask, because is it necessary versus is it worth it? There are two different things. I think that in terms of is it worth it, for me professionally, I'm going to say it depends. It depends on your desires, it depends on your interests and your connection and commitment to NASW. I think that, this isn't a diss video, to say the least. It's just, for instance, I have been working in oncology social work. As nice as NASW is, they really do not compete against APOS, which is the Association of Psychosocial Oncology Society. They do not compete against the Association of Oncology Social Workers. These are specific organizations that's nationally recognized, that specialize in this specific field. So if I want to have an increased specialization, for me, it makes the most sense to go to an organization that really specialize in this. That said, I like that NASW is it's a nice start for like gaining awareness about a specific field, and then and it's a nice introduction, I think, to other fields, because NASW is really broad, and so they cover a lot of different topics. And so you can say, okay, they have this interest, or they mention this, they mention that. I don't want this video to be too long, so I think I answered, like, is it necessary? No. Is it worth it? It depends. Now, my word is not law. I can only speak for my approach. There's a lot of money grabbing programs out here. I'm going to be the one to say it. You have to be critical about what you're paying your money for, and determining whether or not what you're paying for is worth it. Is this worth the money? Is this worth it or not? To submit an application, submitting your hours of verification that, hey, this is a field I've been working in for this amount of time, to have those acronyms behind your name, I think that's a smart move, especially if you're applying to a doctoral program, or maybe you're applying for a leadership position. It really shows that you are an expert and you have something formal saying that behind your name. And I think that's where it can be useful. And depending on some of the spaces that you're in, they value that. Some may think that's like elitist and obnoxious, but unless you're working for yourself, like, you have to know how to play the game. I hate to say that, but if you enter this field and you enter social work in the traditional sense, I'm going to say broadly speaking, corporate social work, you're entering corporate America, then you have to understand what's valued here, and you have to understand what's going to help you. So I think I shared enough for this video. Again, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below, is this something that you even knew exists? And if so, what are your thoughts about it? If you didn't know, I'd also love to hear your thoughts about it. Be sure to do your own research. This is not meant to bash NASW. This is not in any way speaking on the behalf of NASW. These views and opinions are my own, and they in no way reflect or represent the National Association of Social Workers on the national or local level. Thanks so much for watching, and until I see you next time, be you, be great.